We are live.
Hello. We had a little technical difficulties, but welcome to the show.
Welcome.
How's everybody
Y'all,
doing?
can y'all see I fluffed out my little girl? I'm letting it grow back out. I don't know. I thought I was gonna get braids for my birthday, but the last time I had them cut it, I had them take it all the way down. I was clearly not thinking, so I gotta wait for it to grow back out to get some braids.
Hey there, Tanya. Good to see
Hey,
you.
where you been, girl? Where you been? How you been this past week? We got some juicy topic to talk about tonight, but we also have some wellness, mental health stuff to talk about tonight, where we left off last week, y'all. So, because we still in the holiday season and all them there things, okay?
Hi, Chandrita.
Hey,
welcome.
But before we get started, I got a question. This has been on my heart, y'all. This been on my heart, y'all. Why do some of y'all mac and cheese be looking like it's on a diet? I need to understand. It be hurt my feelings when I be seeing these pictures. It look like it be sick. Okay? Help us understand.
Hey, Jazz.
Hey, boo thing. How y'all doing? Where you at? What you doing? What you drinking on? What you sipping on? What you eating on? What you got going on?
Seltzer water. I am still under the weather.
Yes.
I've been struggling. I'm really thinking that it's something else wrong other than what they've told me, because I shouldn't still be sick. But they're saying it's viral, so that it has to wear itself out. And I'm just not feeling that.
Girl, you need to be doctoring on yourself and nurturing your immune system, letting your body rest, flushing with plenty of water, electrolytes to hydrate yourself.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna try that garlic tea that you told me about.
Please do. Oh, yes. I will share that with y'all. Like, y'all, I promise I've been doing this for over 15 years. What I was telling Gypsy to do when you get where you're not feeling bad, really it's good to do periodically anyway, like on a regular basis. But if you don't, at least when you're not feeling well, when you're feeling like your body's just worn down, any respiratory issues, anything like that, cold, flu season, all those kind of things, make you some garlic tea. And it's just as simple as it sounds. You get you 2 or 3 good cloves of garlic, make your tea like you're making tea. You just boil the cloves. And you can sweeten it with agave or honey, but also add a little lemon for flavor if you want to, even a little lime if you want to. You can also boil it with some nettle, stinging nettle. You can also add in some marshmallow.
Now, what is nettle? I'm sorry, back up. What's nettle?
So nettle is another herb that's good for the respiratory system as well as the digestive system. It's good for helping boost the immune system. Marshmallow root is good for hydration, also good for the sinuses, and again, aiding in boosting the immune system as well.
Okay.
Burdock root wants to keep coming up. I don't know why Spirit is telling me to say burdock root, but for whoever may need that one, that's another good one. But again, you just make your teas, especially for garlic tea. You just, again, boil 2 or 3 cloves, make your tea, and you just sip on it. I used to do that 2-3 cups a day for like 3-4 days straight. Now, depending on how it works through your system, you may smell like garlic, but do you want to smell like garlic and feel better, or do you not? It's up to you.
You know, that was going to be my next question. Was I going to have garlic coming out of my pores?
You might. It works differently for different people. I never smelled like garlic a lot. I don't know why, but I have had friends that, yeah, they eat a piece of garlic and it's coming through their clothes.
This is what we're not doing.
So, depending on how you want to handle that, that's just a simple tip. They also say, one of the old school tricks is take a slice of onion and put it under your feet. Put it on your feet. And
that's right. And it does like pull the illness out. Yep.
Pull out the impurities and help nourish your immune system. That's another thing. They used to call it the old wives' tales, but baby, it works. Listen,
It
don't
does work. I remember the onion turned black one time when I was really, really sick.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
yeah.
another thing that you can do.
Yeah, it's I know I'm sick because I was cold. I was cold in the hotel room. I was cold. I've been cold even when I got back home. I'm cold all the time. Like I don't have fevers. I'm cold. So yeah,
I would definitely do some garlic and do the onion on your feet, baby. You better tell your son and your daddy run to the store and bring you some goodies so that you can doctor on yourself before you go to sleep tonight, honey.
Yeah.
But y'all, for real though, I need y'all to tell me why some of y'all mac and cheese be looking like it's on a diet, or you mad at it? Because what y'all really like? What y'all be doing?
I think they be making it out the box and be trying to pass it off as their own, especially when it don't look like it got no real cheese in it.
Right, it be yellow. Why is your mac and cheese yellow? No.
Nah, white. I've seen it white. White ain't right in that case, you know.
We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. We ain't playing them kind of games with the mac and cheese, okay? I don't even eat a lot of dairy like that, but don't be messing with the mac and cheese. Stop.
Right. But you know what? That could be it too, because now that you say that, if they using that fake cheese, you know that
fake mac and cheese do be looking diabetic. It be looking like it's just thick, okay? Like, wow.
You know what? Jason, go to hell.
Wait a minute. Tanya got wait. Tanya got her good picture up there. Look at her.
I know, right?
Let me find out.
Jason, oh, messy ass. Just messy. Messy.
Oh, I love it. How you people doing? Where you at? What you sipping on? What you eating on? How you feeling? How was your day? Whatever you're doing, I'm gonna ask you to pick up your drink. I am actually sipping on some strawberry sparkling wine because I was gonna do some shots tonight because my birthday is on Friday, bitches.
Her birthday.
But I decided.
There go Jasmine trying to echo. Jasmine, you a traitor, girl.
Wait a minute, I done put the wrong banner up because y'all messing with me.
Nah, she didn't. Look. Jasmine then jumped on Jason's thing.
He do got a point. Because old man was sniffling and hacking last week, tears running down his face, telling me I'm tired.
Now, y'all know I've been sick for a while. So, anyway. So, speaking of sick, though, y'all. Okay. So.
We got to take a drink. Listen, don't be rushing past me.
No, I want to. Team disability. Lord have mercy. I want to discuss something that's going on in the news, y'all. This is kind of.
We got to take a drink for my birthday. Shit. Don't be bypassing me.
Hi, hey. Listen, I'm going to take a sober one for you.
That's okay. I'm drinking sparkling wine. This ain't no real stuff. I'm not feeling my best, so I'm focusing on hydration. Hey, okay. But the girl is gonna be 45 on Friday. I feel like
that's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay. Yes, I feel like
y'all Sagittarius, though. I tell you, oh Jesus.
So what you trying to say? What's wrong with us? What we do? Let me rephrase that. What you do to somebody for us to do something to you? What did you do? Because you were probably the problem if a Sagittarius came for you and got on your nerves.
Oh, that fool didn't. Hello, Bernard. That's a running joke, like between us. He calls me Uber, Merlin, and I call him Uber because I say he treat me like an Uber. Sometimes he'll be like, "Hey, I'm coming in. Can you pick me up?" Your personal Uber. That's my boy, though.
What's up? Hey.
Yeah, that's my boy. But No,
well, before we dive in, one more housekeeping tip. Y'all make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video out, and help us to reach the people, because we are talking about something I feel like it's really important tonight. We're talking about two very different things, but both are important for the holiday season and just for wellness and mental health well-being. Okay, so take it away, Gypsy.
Okay, so I want to talk about something. You know, physical health can affect your mental health, right?
Mm-hmm.
It really can. And it's some stuff. Now, when that guy shot that CEO last week, I said it probably was something going on, either like that the healthcare industry had denied him or denied his family member or something. This before I even knew who he was. Nobody knew who he was for days. Well, they caught him yesterday, right? And now it turns out he did have some chronic health issues. He's had to have surgery, and he's got back issues, and he's a 20-something-year-old that can't have sex because his back, he's in chronic pain. So that also couples with what we're talking about. Are you ashamed to talk about sex? Right? So here he is. He's a 20-something-year-old, and he just can't do what normal 20-something-year-olds do, including like surfing and things like that, stuff that he should be doing at his age. He can't even really get out of the bed, right? So that probably had a lot to do with his mental health as well.
Yeah.
And it's just I think we have to learn how to say what's bothering us and not be explosive about things.
Yeah.
That's not healthy, being explosive about things. But this dude come from privilege. And he was the valedictorian, very smart. Valedictorian, Ivy League education. But your physical health going down can have a lot to do with your mental health going down. And so find somebody to talk about it. Go, no, she didn't. All right, 45, I see you. Find somebody to talk about it with. But first thing is you got to learn how to talk about sex without feeling ashamed about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because he comes from privilege, the other question was, well, why was he worried about the money about it? Okay, well, remember home, we talked about last week how sometimes home don't feel like home anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a reason he was all the way across the country, because at first he was in Hawaii, then he was in like San Francisco, but he's from Maryland. He's from Baltimore. And so there's a lot to be said when home doesn't feel like home, when you feel like you're a stranger in your town, a stranger in your family.
Yeah.
All of these things could lead to you not being able to express yourself properly. And we gotta preach mental health to people, because a lot of people just do not know how to address their needs and express themselves and say, listen, that bothers me, or listen, this is what's going on with me. And you got to learn how to do it in a healthy way. Life is not no damn video game. You can't just hit the reset because you lose all your lives.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have to say about that.
Well, and I think you made some great points, because at the end of the day, I always try to remind myself and other people that we as human beings are built to need each other. As much as any person, man or woman, etc., may say, I'm independent, or I don't need a man, or I don't need a woman to, be happy or be satisfied. That may be true. You don't have to have them to survive, but we need each other in order to thrive. And so when we consider what, I'm not justifying what he did, but I'm also not, I won't shed no tears. You understand? Right. So that being said, I think we have to consider the different nuances and layers that come with chronic pain. It causes more depression, it causes more anxiety, it exacerbates any mental health issues you may already have. It, disrupts sleep patterns, which then cycles back through the pattern to cause more pain. And eventually your brain becomes conditioned to that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think we have to consider all those things that he and so many of us navigate every single day. And imagine being such a young age and not being able to do something ordinary, just everyday life, but also not being able to do what all of us, for most intent, want to do. Now, you have people like nuns and priests who take a vow of celibacy, monks and things like that. But the average person walking around, nobody is usually celibate their entire life unless they've made some type of vow like that for religious reasons, right? Most people may be celibate for a few years until they get into another relationship, and then they're going to break that and enjoy their person. So I think we can look at a lot of different ways that he was being affected.
Right.
And he did what a lot of people wanted to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He did something, right or wrong, that a lot of people agree with. And because baby,
I've been reading the comments. They're putting profits over people. And that's the thing. When the healthcare business, when they start making it a business, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that happened right before that. Right before he killed that CEO, Blue Cross had said that they were going to limit the amount of anesthesia you got. So it was almost like, you know how when you go get an oil change, they say it should take a half hour to do an oil change. So that's how much your labor should be. But if they find something else, it may take longer than that half an hour, right? Well, they say, well, that other part is going to be up to you. So keep this in mind now. So if you go to get surgery and it takes longer than what they say the average appendicitis, let's just say appendicitis, the average appendicitis should take 45 minutes. And if it takes longer, that you would be responsible for the anesthesia, or they need to bring you out. So you want to leave me sick at 45 minutes. They have now rolled that back after what happened to that CEO. Y'all gonna wind up in the crate.
You sound like he's busting at mine all the time, girl. Oh God, I'd be like, Lord have mercy, I'm sick of hearing myself busting dog. But yes, that's just another example of, again, the disdain that so many people have, the reasoning that people are pissed off and feel a lot of rage and a lot of angst and a lot of stress and a lot of worry, because your health affects your ability to work, right? If you can't work, you can't pay your bills, you can't take care of your kids, you can't feed your babies, you can't take care of yourself, you can't buy medication, which again then turns into a cycle or a pattern of a clusterfuck. Because if you can't afford your medication to deal with your issues, then that oftentimes takes you out of work, which then makes it that much harder to get back on track financially. And going back, hey Sheila, and going back to something Jason said, yes, there are people that use mental health as an excuse. There's a lot of people that use mental health as a reason to do fuck shit and bullshit. We understand this, but unfortunately, the loud wrong ones often overshadow the people that genuinely are being traumatized by the medical system, that genuinely are being done wrong, looked over, ignored, given barbaric treatment, even still in 2024, dismissed. You know what I'm saying?
What he said was real. What he said was real. Delay, deny, depose. Because the thing is that they delay, you have to appeal. Then, they deny you. They hope you die before they
hope you give up.
Right.
They hope you give up. Right. Think about this. I liken it to the customer service that a lot of us experience. I think it's intentional to have the automated system circle jerk you to make it harder for you to get to a real person, because they know that most people are going to get frustrated, get tired, have to go do something else. You're going to hang up. You're going to forget to call back. I think it's the same thing with the medical system. Y'all, no lie, I thought it was ironic when this happened, because I'm going through it with United Healthcare right now, fighting them to get a new MRI. I haven't had an updated MRI in 2 years. I need one now. I didn't need one before, but I need one now so that I can get a new spinal block. They can't go in my spine, so they figure out what's going on, so they know where they're going, right?
And wait a minute, but think about what you just talked about. And we was just talking about chronic back problems. Chronic back problems will keep you down. Like, you can't think of nothing else when you got a back
It ain't
problem.
no joke. It's no joke at all. But I'm going through it with them right now because they denied it. And it took me over a week to get the right person on the phone. Why the hell did y'all deny this? When you told me it was covered. Oh, well, your doctor didn't send enough information.
And here you are making 8 figures, and then you're denying people who are paying through the nose. Through the nose.
And so you have to understand, like I said, I'm not going to justify, I'm not going to excuse, but you have to understand what could push a person, especially if he was estranged from his family. That in itself is enough to cripple some people.
But right? A lot of times now, okay, so I'm going to be frank. A lot of times people become estranged from their family because when you're in chronic pain, you become a jerk. You know a guy.
That's true. That's true. You do become a jerk. Pain make you lose your shit.
Pain make you, you become a jerk, and nobody want to deal with you, and so that leads you to be estranged from your family.
Pain will make you lose your shit and act a fool. Pain will make you become reclusive and pull away from people. Listen, I lost a ton of friends through the years because we would make plans, and then at the last minute, I was in too much pain and I couldn't go. And sometimes that meant losing money on tickets that had been paid for, or not being able to attend events that had been RSVP'd, or not being able to make it to somebody's wedding or somebody's baby shower or whatever, you know. And people have the right to how they feel, but that has absolutely, just even me, I can look at that and say, yeah, that affected my ability to maintain friendships. Now imagine, you know, being cut off from your family, not by your choice, for whatever the reason. Doesn't have to be by your choice all the time. Some people are estranged over whatever bullshit. But being estranged from your family, maybe not having a support system, being in chronic pain, that's a snowball. And Jason, you're absolutely right. Greed is real. Greed is real. Okay. But again, not excusing, not justifying,
not excusing or justifying.
Just looking at the layers of what could cause a person. And then on top of that, our other part of our topic that someone else had sent in before this even happened, someone had sent us the topic asking us to talk about shame in sex. And what does that look like? So we have joked about it, but this is very real.
Right.
We know that we have a lot of people that will watch and hover over the video, but they won't click into it, especially if they're on Facebook, so it won't show that they're watching, so other people can't see their name pop up, right?
Right.
We know that we have a lot of people that do the same thing on YouTube, but they watch us, but they'll never click into it. They'll scroll down till it plays, but they won't click into it, right? Or they'll watch it, but they'll never comment. They won't share. They won't do anything that allows other people to know they engage with this podcast for whatever the reason. And this is not about judgment, but Gypsy and I have joked about it, like, y'all do it, do a throwaway account, do whatever, help us grow. But it's real, y'all.
Because it has the word sex in it.
And because of some of the topics that we talk about.
Right.
Because we talk about sex, because we talk about intimacy, because we talk about awareness around all these things. We know that there are those of you that are in positions, whether it be because of your job, your family, your whatever, that you're not able to talk about this, right? And so we want to talk about that tonight. Like, how do you navigate that? That was a question that one of our followers sent us. How do you navigate it when you want to share, you want to talk about it, you want to help foster conversation? You may want to share us because some things that we talk about could be helpful to somebody, but you can't because of the concern that you have with what are other people in your life going to say. I know that I'm not the best person to respond to that because I feel like, first of all, fuck them. Second of all, fuck them. And third, fuck them with open toe shoes and rocks on. But I'm I've also done a lot of work to become who I am, right? So I wanted to pose this question when it was given to me. I wanted to pose it to everybody to have real conversation around this. Hey Sean, hey old man, you've been hovering in the background stalking, but you ain't said nothing.
Well, I'm just waiting on you ladies. Just let me chime in.
But
Uh,
I'm gonna wait. I got one question though, y'all. Do
Hold on,
y'all think?
hold on 1 second. Forgive me for cutting in. Sean and old man Gypsy don't love me because I wanted to do a toast and that rat kept skipping past me like my birthday hit on Friday. So I'm
Her birthday is on Friday. We was waiting on the crew.
No, you
Happy
wasn't.
birthday.
You was being mean because you don't feel good.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
She know I love her, but she was giving me the blues because she don't feel good, Sean.
But I have a question to compound on that because now you know Black folks are notorious for never taking nothing serious anyway, right?
Yeah.
So now the news is saying that we're unsympathetic and we're sympathizers to the defendant and unsympathetic to the guy that died. But at the same time, you're the head of the company. You laid those policies out that your company is following that is making people have to go through, the circle to try to like jump through hoops and stuff to try to get treatment. And
exactly.
Now you mad because they like, yay, he did it. It's people offering to pay his legal fees.
I believe it. I believe it.
They offering to pay his legal fees.
I'll share this with you. A couple of things, and it's going back from when I first signed on. One, I do not take a vow of celibacy. I do not take a vow of poverty. I know you guys were talking about those things earlier. In fact, I grew up in the era where men, unless you was a priest, a vow of celibacy is not an option. It's called a dry spell when you're a dude. That's, I didn't know you can. I didn't know you can really opt to not. It's just a dry spell. And the other was this right here. What I don't feel sorry for. One, it's hard to feel sorry for a man with millions of dollars who has the opportunity to buy whatever security that he needs. He just simply too stingy or too short-sighted to even get security. But I also don't have a whole lot of compassion and sympathy for some folks who didn't go and vote. Now you folks, all these folks who voted for this current administration, and you're gonna have to deal and suffer with some things you're gonna have to suffer with. I don't have a lot of sympathy nor compassion for folks like that. Now I do have sympathy and compassion, but I ain't finna have a whole lot of compassion for these Trump supporters. I ain't finna have a whole lot for these folks who didn't even go and vote. Hell, you just go get what you got. So now, and then I'll move on now. We'll move on down to say that portion.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing.
Oh man.
It's very hard to feel sorry for someone who again makes rules and stuff for them to follow to increase the profit margin.
So let me ask this question: how many CEOs sit around and write the rules?
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna tell you, this is what it is. They write the business plan, and then we have to follow some things to make that business plan happen. And if it's increasing profitability, what they'll do is they'll make you jump through hoops. And there are forms you got to fill out that you don't know you got to fill out in order to get it. Oh, and if it's not filled out by this doctor, let me tell you something. My son had the doctor fill out this form, but it was a specialist that filled out the form that said, I'm not the right trauma specialist. It's this trauma specialist, the referral form. He had to circle back to the primary care physician to get him to fill out another referral form. Then he had to ask for an out-of-network referral form because this specialist is out of network, basically jumping through hoops. He's also somebody I know with chronic pain, and he's a jerk. He's a jerk. He really is. He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
Pain will change your whole disposition. But he may be an asshole without it, but pain will change your whole disposition.
Right.
But going back to Sean's question, the CEO might not be writing all the policies, but guaranteed is still one of the C-suite executives that has to sign off on a lot of those policies before they're fully implemented. And even if they have shareholders and a board and all those things, every C-suite person is still involved in most of those conversations and has some semblance of say-so. Now, why the guy picked him out of everybody else? Don't know.
Probably because he probably had United Healthcare. Because did you know that most of the so remember, he's 26, so he's now off his parents' insurance. So most of the marketplace stuff is run by United Healthcare. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of them, I had United Healthcare years and years ago, back in like 2001. I had the worst year of my life under them. And do you know, I have never looked back. Whenever I see them, I just go on and skip on down to see who else is off.
And I promise you, I was looking at other options because I was like, fuck this. I've never had this hard a time getting the things that I've been doing for years. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that. Like I said, I again, let's be clear for the audience people. We are not condoning. We're not
condoning what he did.
But he made a choice. Now, why he chose this guy out of anybody else representative of United Healthcare or any of the other insurance companies, who knows? That's his thinking. But my guess would just be he was a symbol. He represented the face, maybe, of healthcare. So the guy just wanted to make a point.
Has it come out that he did it over some healthcare stuff?
Yeah, now that they've talked to like some people that were with him when he lived. So he lived in Hawaii in this like surfer community of all these people that did remote work. And they talked about how he had chronic pain and he had to have this surgery. And then that now he has to have another surgery because that surgery didn't take and all kinds of stuff. So probably more than likely, and I said this when it happened, that whoever did that, it was either them or a family member has been put on the back burner and pushed through hoops dealing with the healthcare industry and dealing with probably United Healthcare in particular. United Healthcare, listen, if you just go look at Reddit,
all of that,
the worst of the worst.
All of that is neither here nor there. At the end of the day, it was too methodical just to be some random, I'm just going to go kill this dude.
Now, I agree with that too. Ain't no telling what the dude did to him or somebody that he knows or loves. We don't know. We're speculating based on the limited information that the news is giving.
Right.
But really it tied, how we even got there, y'all, was there were two things that we were talking about tonight. One, are you dealing with shame around sexual conversation, around intimate type conversations, whether with your person or the community at large? Even your doctor, right? Or the community at large. Second, following from last week, Gypsy wanted to go back to going home is not the same. When you go back home and it's like you're a stranger in a foreign land, right? So that's how he entered the conversation, because that's what the news is reporting about, whatever limited information they know about him. So we just use that as an example to tie the two things together of this is one of the ways that this could possibly look. Like we've been saying, we're not condoning, we're not justifying, we're not excusing. We're just speculating on the outside looking in. At the end of the day, chronic pain is some bullshit and it'll make you lose your fucking mind. Listen, this is why I have to walk. Y'all think I be joking. Most people, when I say it, really think I be playing, and they don't understand how real serious I be. Okay, this is why I walk every day, because walking and exercising keeps me from punching motherfuckers in their throat. Like, seriously, chronic pain reduces your patience level. It reduces your capacity to balance your emotions. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it be right here at the edge, y'all. So, him as an example of what not taking care of your health can look like. They were saying that one of the things he shared with people in the community that knew him was that he couldn't have sex because of his chronic pain. It hurt his back too badly. So that segued us into, you know, are you
I'm just saying,
are you dealing with shame talking about sex?
I'd have built a chair or something like, hey.
But Don, he's 26 years old and he can't have a healthy sex life.
That's why I say I'd have built a chair or something like, hey, I can only sit here, but go ahead and handle your business.
He takes some lorazepam or something before he gets to the dude. Okay, so damn, y'all be going in on us. Okay, let me
the whole disability team is
let me
here.
catch up on these comments. Sure said people do not know how to grieve and the stages of grief. Very true. Right. And unfortunately, that plays a role in our emotional intelligence as well. Most people don't even know how to determine what emotional feeling they're experiencing, let alone how to share that with somebody else or recognize it as somebody else to have, you know, conversation, right? I'm sure that these are all problematic issues and people are suffering and will not go get help. Facts on facts on facts. Jasmine be killing us, man. She said the whole disabilities team is here. Shan, hey, happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Jason said Gypsy been knew that. Yeah, oh man, was trying to act like y'all weren't hanging out. But we gonna skip past that. I ain't gonna fan the flames, y'all. I ain't gonna fan them.
Your girl been sick, man. Listen, I was supposed to see somebody last week and I was sick. And but I was down there for a specific purpose. I was down there to go to a bridal shower and stuff. And so in between the time that I was doing the bridal shower, I was asleep. I had my curtains drawn and stuff. I was sick. Like, so I really do I do understand how not only chronic pain, just chronic illness, period, can affect, because there are things you want to do, but your body says you ain't doing it.
Right. Your body says hell to the no.
Right.
Tanya says, hey fellas, happy birthday, Jay. Thank you, bro. Jason said, but they sign off on it though.
They do, Jason.
The CEOs and the C-suite.
Yep. Yeah. And they talk about it in the board meeting. You're right.
But that's the whole problem. It's that board meeting. Why do you think he's trying to push those profits higher? Because the board, that's what the board wants.
I blame all of them. You sitting on the board, you're in the C-suite. I blame all of them because this is an industry-wide problem amongst all the giant insurance companies. All of them are pushing profit over proper care, bonuses over proper care, right? But that's just like that bullshit store that shall not be named, but that rhymes with Talmart that prioritizes bonuses and revenue over paying their people well. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly,
it's not only limited to healthcare by any means. It's a societal issue that's been going on for a long time and will probably continue to go on for a long time until people realize how much power they genuinely have when we stand together to you know, go against what doesn't work well for us as a society. Tanya said, right, old man. First time old man said something I agree with.
You had to memorialize that.
Sure said all the insurance companies are in trouble. When ACA, Obamacare came into play, all of the insurance companies raised their premiums and lowered the services and coverage. It is real. So did. Yep. Jason said that's why I still play flag football. Where the flag football came in at, Jason?
Because when you said you go walk in, he does flag football.
Listen, I was in the boxing gym in my 30s until my doctor told me I couldn't because of, you know, the fear of having a head injury. But baby, listen, that aggression be real when you don't feel good. That aggression be real. You got to find a safe way to get it out before you hurt somebody and be up for some charges. Okay, I feel you, Jason. Sure said he is 26 and in the prime of his life. Yes, he lives in Hawaii and the cost of living is insane. He had a psychotic break. Absolutely possible. who knows until he decides to, share his version of things. But any of these things that we're guessing or speculating on could absolutely be possible. Sure said dividends. It's about that dinero. Yup. Bernard said, great podcast and content. Got to get in my class. Best wishes and success. We love you. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure that you come back, Mr. Bernard.
Yep, and it's recorded, so you can come back and finish it up afterwards.
Catch the replay.
Catch the replay. Again, like, share, subscribe, so you would know when we are live. And if you missed something, you can come back and catch it.
Boop. With that being said, let's get back on topic and talk about
sex.
Different things, sex and home, family, right?
Right.
Because even that could still be tied in together. A lot of people feel shame around different areas of their life when they don't have family support, when they don't have community, when they don't have safe people to help navigate, the intricacies of life and dating and relationships and all those things. What do you guys think? Share your thoughts with us. Are you dealing with some possible shame? And you don't have to get deep into it if you are. You could just say yes, maybe no, not sure. I don't know. I did in the past, whatever. But share whatever you feel like sharing. But also tell us what you think. How can people navigate that? Because like I said, I realize I am not the best person to offer advice on that. Because the thing that I say is face the thing that doesn't feel right to you. If you want to speak out about something, face that shit and speak out about it. Nobody else got a heaven, hell, or anything in between to put you in but you and whatever you believe in. So if that be the case, nobody else will be making those decisions. But I also understand that there are boundaries that people have to operate within based on protecting themselves or people that they love as well.
Well, sometimes home represents a bad time in people's lives. I mean, there was a reason that they left, right?
Absolutely.
Sometimes that is one of the things that could shame them from going back home. Or when they finally do go back home, they feel like it'll be like the way they left, right? But it's never like that. Sometimes it may be the one that got away is there. And that also ties into the inability to talk about what doesn't do it for you with your current partner. You may not want to talk about what you're comparing them to. And that is a problem too.
I think that, but I think let's even add more nuance to the conversation and include spiritual and cultural beliefs. A lot of times people don't want to talk about things because of the belief systems of their families, the unofficial rules that all of our families have that we try to abide by in order to fit in and be acceptable. You know what I'm saying? And we're not too far removed from the generations where women just didn't talk about those kind of things openly.
Right.
Where sex was really focused on the man's pleasure. Now, we know historically speaking, there have been different times throughout history, but in our most recent history for the general society that we exist in here in the U.S., sex was often looked at as something that was for a man's pleasure, and a woman was just supposed to endure it just to have some babies. And if you weren't having babies, what was you doing?
I think a lot of the taboo comes also because we I'm trying to think of a nice way to put it, but I guess it really isn't a nice way to put it. Americans have a reprobate mind. And a lot of times, like, we're very fluid and stuff. So there are some that are very fluid, and it makes those that are kind of more demure about it and trying to be tasteful about it a little bit less, they're a little bit more apprehensive, shall I say, when speaking about what it is that they want or need or whatever. Because some of their things, some of their cravings are weird fetishes, if that makes sense.
I mean, I think everybody has a fetish. Now,
everybody does. Everybody does.
It's different for different people, and the layers to that fetish may be different. There's some things like you said, what now? But
right.
I think when it comes to a place of communication, Like my friends know that I'm the person. You can say whatever, as long as you ain't trying to do it to me. I don't care. I'll listen to you. I'll even give you suggestions and advice. You know what I'm saying? Like safe space. But
I'm saying if they've said it to somebody before, right? And then they were ridiculed or whatever, that's what makes them not talk about it again. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
That makes sense, but at the same time, you can't let that affect you in that manner. I mean, you just can't.
We are our experiences.
I mean,
we are our experiences, and what Chandrita said, I really like that when she said, as it relates to sex and chronic pain, it can be hard to talk about what you can and can't do, and you begin to mourn the you that you once were. And that's true. That's really what it is. You're mourning the you that you once were. Because once somebody makes you feel ashamed about anything, you will cut off exposing that thing again.
That's not true though. That depends on the emotional maturity of the person.
And that's
I've been shamed for things, and I still got a fucking mentality with that person trying to make me feel bad about whatever it is, sex or not, right? Fuck them. Like that's become my mindset. I am worthy of whatever I desire. As long as I'm not out here trying to do no fuck shit to nobody, I am worthy of whatever I desire. And anybody that's not willing to give it to me is not worthy of my time. So if they want to shame me in my friendship or my relationship or my business or my career or whatever it may be, fuck them twice on Sundays. But I do also acknowledge that you, number one, have to have a different type of personality to even be able to express that. And I recognize that about myself, even though I'm an introvert. See, people confuse introvert with shy. Those are two different things. Introvert ain't got nothing to do with shy, right? So just because I'm an introvert, people are always surprised when I am able to be very vocal and assertive about things. But you also look at somebody that's been shamed, and yes, some people do shrink into themselves, and that's really sad. But we can't let other people take the weight of being accountable for our stuff. That's what I want to say. I'm kicking it back to y'all, but I really want to put that out there. We cannot let other people hold the weight of being responsible for our shit.
And my whole thing is life is ever evolving, ever growing, ever changing. So you can't sit there and wallow in the muck and mire of the past because somebody did this to you. I mean, hell, we all been cheated on, but does that mean we will never be in a relationship again? Probably not. No. It just means we got to move forward and move past that, learn from that. Just like if somebody you thought you can confide in really accuse you over something you said to them, then you understand that, okay, if I meet somebody with the type of traits that person has, then that's not the person I can confide in.
Yeah.
Right.
And you might still have something good still talking about what so-and-so did to you back in the day.
But see, that's the other thing too, though, Sean, is when you find that person that has ridiculed you like that, if you ever notice, if you ever get in a disagreement with them, they'll bring it up again.
Yeah.
For real. Like there are some people who use a weakness that they have discovered about you like a sword.
And that shows you kind of person they are.
Yeah, but they use it to cut you whenever they get an opportunity. And so that's when you have to distance yourself from them.
Now, you said something very powerful then. But now, a lot of times with men, a lot of times women say they want a man sensitive and share. Sometimes with ladies, if a man shares something with you, a sensitive side or softer side, and if you bring that back up in his face, he'll never share anything with you again. He'll never do it again.
Response, because men say shit to women all the time that hurt our feelings. Well, baby, I'm just being honest with you, and I'm a fan of if you can dish that shit, you got to be able to take it back. If you want honesty and transparency, you got to be able to take honesty and transparency. Not every woman that brings something back up is trying to throw it in your face. Sometimes things are relevant based on context and conversation. And men have to have the same emotional intelligence that they want their woman to have to be able to deal with them.
Well, I'm talking about when a man do something and show his sensitive side, Because first of all, no man want to be viewed as weak, cream puff, little softy. Nobody want to be viewed. No man want to be viewed as that. Can't protect nobody, little weak. You know, nobody want to be viewed as that. And when they expose that softer side, and then you throw that up to the face.
But again, I'll go back to what we said a minute ago, old man. You can't hold something that somebody else did, not you, but in general. You cannot hold something that somebody else did to you against the person next, because I hear that all the time. I hear men say that all the time when I be scrolling and listening to different things. That's a thing that y'all say, and it makes me. I want to say this with all due respect.
Well, you better say it, because I got something that's gonna make you even madder. Go ahead.
I'm not mad. No, I'm not mad. But hear me.
No,
I want
I'm
to say
just
this with all due respect, right? It makes me realize how wounded so many men really are.
Yep.
Because y'all love to say that women are the ones that are in our feelings all the time, and women are so emotional. But comments like that make me recognize how wounded so many men are. And let me explain, because again, I'm saying this with respect. No.
Yeah.
But that being said,
some of the most respectful comments I always start with no disrespect.
With all due respect.
With all due respect. Here come the disrespect.
But you know, that being said, like, I hear that all the time, and it again, so many men are wounded because what she did as a mistake, maybe that's not her intent, but they'll shut down and not ask for clarity, not continue the conversation to find out context and get on the same page together. Yet when something offensive is said from him to her, well, baby, you should just understand, I'm a man. That's how we talk. What the fuck? No, that's not how that works.
And maybe she brought it back up
being
because
a man is not being hurt.
Hold on. Maybe she brought it back up because the conversation wasn't finished.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
A lot of times a man will walk away and think just because he walked away and he didn't want to talk about it and finish that conversation is over. And nah, it ain't over.
If you don't come, so you bring it up next week.
I'm gonna say this. It all depends on the context, how you present it. Plus one of the biggest things that people don't do is ask for clarity, which I find that crazy, because if you say something to me, I'm gonna say, hold up, what you mean by that?
Right. Run that back. Help me understand.
I want to know, am I about to get out on you, or we about to have a conversation?
Right.
So I need to know what's going on.
Also, I see we coming up on that minute. Look at minute 53 seconds, and I don't want to let this get away, because see, last time I came in and this conversation kind of let it get out, and I didn't get a chance to go over it. It was something that Gypsy said at the last broadcast, and it was absolutely great comment. I just want to piggyback on it. And the comment that Gypsy said when we was talking about shame and sex, and people being shamed to ask for what they want. And Gypsy said the person that's too shame, or no, was and talking about specifically men who are too ashamed to ask for what they want in terms of sex, are too ashamed to express what they want in the bedroom, are also the same men who are too afraid to ask for a raise. And man, and I was like, man, I never thought of that. Now, and the one thing I said, I was telling fellas. Now we got a couple of fellas. I know we got some men that's on here, and not only men, women. You also advocate for your own finances too. So I'm here to tell you, all you listeners, I'm finna tell you how to get your money up. And it's gonna start with you going in the bedroom and you go ask for the wildest thing that you have ever wanted to do. So do something that you hadn't done since college, and tell them that's what you want to do. And if you get it done on a Thursday. I want you going to work on Friday early. and you sit them down, and you don't leave out there until you get that raise. 20% more at least. I want you to have 20% more raise on whatever it is that you asking for. I don't care what it is. So if it don't work on that Thursday, next week try it again.
You know what? Chandrita said something that is actually, I didn't really think about it until she said that. It might not be someone else shaming you. We shame ourselves and feel some sort of way when confronted. Okay, she's right about that.
Hold on, let me catch up to the other comments before you jump to hers. Hold on 1 second. Okay. At some part you have to be open to find your people who are experiencing what you're going through, like you. People have to find their center and live in it. Yes. What someone else has to say is not relevant. Yup. Okay, go ahead.
And then this one, and it might not be someone else shaming you. We shame ourselves and then feel some kind of way when confronted. Yes and no. Because a lot of times what we feel the shame about is also something we've heard before, Chandrita. I'm thinking someone said it to you before. And when it's echoed again, then yeah, it brings up feelings of shame.
See, I must be an alien or something because I don't feel no shame.
I know you don't.
I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't.
What? No, well, you know what, Sean? But you had to get there. You had to get there.
He always been like that.
My whole life, I had to fight.
I've known him since he was young. He's always been like that. He's always been like that. He don't give a shit.
Because, I mean, if you sitting there worried about other people, you're going to drag yourself down. Do you be happy?
Yeah. But most people had to get there to the point where they didn't, where other folks thought of them or about them does not matter. So most people had to get there.
It was your...
Y'all listen to old man gonna end up on the episode of Sex Sent Me to the ER.
Right, because that shit you could do when you was 20 something is not the same when you 50 something.
Hey, you just do it a little slower.
You know what I'm saying? You better stretch, you better work it out before you attempt it.
Hey, listen to him. I'll tell you, don't worry about it. You can still do it. Just do it a little slower.
But actually, I don't agree with that per se, because there are a lot of powerful men out here that, you know, when they get home, they put an apron on. They wife run everything at home, but they go out here and make 300, 400, 500, 600, 700,000 a year.
Yeah.
But they still, when they get home, they wife run everything. His only power is outside the house.
But the thing is that sometimes
some people like it like that.
Some people like it like that. Like for real, I wish I could find somebody that want to be in control at home, because when you're in control at work, the last thing you want to do is come home and have to control shit too.
So let me throw this out there, y'all. When it comes to fetishes, because I do have clients that are like phone sex operators and sex workers, and one of the things that I hear consistently, and I do have a couple of clients that participate in those things too. One thing I hear consistently, whether it be a man or a woman, no, and I understand it, nobody wants to be in control 24/7. That shit is exhausting.
Well,
you have to be responsible for everything all the time and everybody all the time. So oftentimes when you find high-powered people like that, they gladly give up control when they get home to their spouse or to a dominatrix or whoever it may be, right? They want to be submissive in some form so that they don't have to think and do and be and run shit and be responsible for everything. So, you know, some people like it like that by choice. And then some people still run shit at home and they go pay somebody else to be submissive to. I mean, everybody got their kinks and their things, you know. But again, when it comes to shame, I think that there's no one right way or wrong way. It shows up for different people. I think at the end of the day, each person has to decide and identify whether they are willing, to work through it. I have felt shame in my life, around sex and intimacy for different reasons, but I made a choice and I decided, it ain't no way I'm gonna go through the rest of my life living in this box of what other people deem okay or how they view me, and part of that happened for me when I left Christianity. um I made the decision that ministry in the pulpit was not where I needed to be. I like to say fuck shit goddamn, like D'Angelo did in his song shit damn motherfucker, whatever that song called. I like to curse, I like to be relatable. I like to engage with people in lively conversation. And that's not to say that you can't do it in that manner.
Right.
I just, that wasn't the path for me. And so as I left ministry and began to explore what life looked like outside of those confines and that rigidness, I decided that there was not going to be another time that I willingly allowed everyone else to have power over my living. You know what I'm saying? And that included financially, sexual, whatever it was. And so I knew that I was going to face whatever shame I felt for whatever reason and move forward. And so again, I hold space for everybody to navigate it in whatever ways make sense for them. But that's the thing. Everybody has to make that choice at some point in time. Whether you make it or you don't, it's made through your action or inaction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if people are not talking about sex, whether it be with their person, their friends, their community, whatever, because of, now I know this is very real, the lens of ministry. A lot of people really do have concern for what would other people think or say through the lens of their job. A lot of people really do have the concern of what will other people think and say, whether it's directly related to them or people that they love, right? A lot of people held hostage to the job and the ministerial obligations, the community obligations.
Or societal norms.
Societal norms.
That is true.
Which at this point, what the hell is normal? Like, you know what I'm saying? But again, people do look to other people to co-sign.
I'm gonna say some of the freakiest girls I ever dated were they were either the children of ministers or they were heavily in the church.
Baby, them long skirts ain't stopping nothing. Them some of the most hoish people I've never met in my life.
That's all I'm saying.
No lies. Them some of the most hoish people I've ever met. Like, long skirts wasn't stopping nothing. Okay. And neither was the dudes. Them some of the most hoish people I done met too. Like, baby, please understand. They might have been in church at 7:30, and by 9 o'clock they was somewhere fucking like.
They made it out of the parking lot.
Okay. If they made it out the church. Let's be real.
Yeah.
See, y'all are terrible.
No, we ain't terrible. We telling the truth, baby.
My virgin is.
You's a lie. Listen, them some of the most treacherous people, okay? And a lot of the times they are rebelling to the tight confines that people try to hold them in. Tanya said, just take a muscle relaxer 30 minutes before activity.
It works.
Yeah. Sean said, y'all better stretch.
Basically.
Not that Tanya said take a muscle relaxer. Girl.
Or warm you down.
Sleep too.
Look, that's a real thing. You got to time that medicine so you can get that good before you fall asleep. It's a science to this thing. It's a science to this thing, baby. What you talking about? But that being said, like, that's whether people are having shame because of previous experiences, whether people are having shame because of something they shared with someone else and they felt rejected, whether people are dealing with shame because of societal norms and expectations, family expectations, cultural and community expectations, whatever. Whether people are dealing with shame because they used to be able to drop it like it's hot and swing from the chandelier, and now they can't. Cause they like, I've fallen and I can't get up. I mean, it's
Yep,
real.
that life alert is real.
It's real out here, and so we have to. Chandruda said, "Now I'm sleepy."
Right.
Listen, and so we have to be able to understand, like, it does show up. It's not that I don't have compassion for it, right? Shame is a very real thing that people experience every day for any number of reasons. I'm just a big advocate for love thyself, heal thyself, know thyself, honor thyself. And when you prioritize self over the demands of other people, sometimes even your own spouse or your family, that's a much happier place to exist in, because you are living for you, honoring the needs that you have, and giving yourself the ability to experience pleasure and fulfillment and whatever else, contentment you're looking for. But when you are living in the confines of what other people are dictating, I think that's a miserable space to exist in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm learning. I've just recently found my voice. And I had to go to therapy to find my voice.
Yeah.
I had to go to therapy to find my voice, and the thing is that, yeah, that's why it resonates when Chandrita said we shame ourselves. Yeah, because a lot of times though, but it's not my voice I hear in my head. It's the voice of somebody that has said something like that to me before. That's what I hear in my head. That replays like a tape. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, you're shaming yourself, but you're shaming yourself for something that someone's told you.
Yeah. Let's also talk about it, from a woman's perspective and from a man's perspective. As we get older, a lot of people feel shame around that. For women, there's a bigger industry, there's a much larger industry focused on men's sexual health and or lack thereof. There's limited stuff out there to support women, but most of it we have to figure it out in the clutch. We have to ask our friends, because our OBs are not talking about it. Our primary care doctors are not really talking about it, even if they even understand it enough to have a conversation about it. And typically what they're going to do is throw a quick pill at you and be done.
And
right?
You know what? Think back to like, so I had endometriosis. And so I had painful periods and painful sex. And so when I would complain to my doctor about it, well, that's part of being a woman. That was when I had a woman doctor, and they were very dismissive. It wasn't until I got a male doctor that I even found out I had endometriosis. She just my female doctor made me feel like something was just wrong with me, that it was just me, right? So when you look to the experts and the experts shame you, you definitely don't want to talk to people about it. You know what I mean? Because that's who you're supposed to go to, is your doctor. But if your doctor,
you can't talk to your doctor,
right? If your doctor makes you feel like something is wrong with you and that you're normal, but the way you're, the horse of Babylon, go to hell, Tanya. But yeah, that's the. I mean, so that's the thing, though. It's, And but so you know what? They will talk to the men, and they did they damnedest to find the blue pill for them.
Well, that's why I said there's a much larger
market.
That was an accident, right?
Was it?
Yeah, that was an accident. They were trying to develop some medication
for the heart, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Heart.
That was one of the side effects, and they said, "Oh, well, we just gonna sell it like this."
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be damned.
So that being said, then you got the honey packs and all this other stuff that they're selling at gas stations now. Like, it's a much more normalized conversation that seems to be happening. Even if
I refuse to buy medication from the gas station.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Even it's not a good look. It's not
Uh,
good. But even if you're not sitting around like, man, I can't get my junk hard. Like dudes are still
Right.
talking to one another, like, hey man, I tried. You know what I'm saying? So that's a much more normal conversation. Like I tell my female friends all the time, it's your fault you're not asking me questions. This is what I do for a fucking living. Like I've
So
been in wellness for 20 years. I may not have all the answers that you need, but I should be one of the first people that you come talk to if I'm in your friend circle, because I'm going to be safe space for you to get it out. And there's a likely chance that in all the work I've done in these past 2.5 decades, I've had a conversation with somebody that has the answer you need, can point you in the right direction, or can give you some insight on where to look, right? But again, women have become so socialized that we still carry a lot of internalized shame and fear and won't even talk amongst ourselves to talk about it.
right.
And so then when you think of, I'm just adding another layer and nuance to this. When you think about that standpoint, I think that probably is a reason why so many people get stuck in the cycle of shame, because they feel like they have to take it on all by themselves, even when they actually don't. They don't trust the people in their lives. Now, I'm also a fan of saying, if you don't trust the person in your life, you chose the wrong person. And
No, that's true.
if you can honestly say that they're good and they would be okay, then you don't trust yourself. Because if you love this person and you want to fuck them up and down and do all this other stuff with them, you should be able to talk to them about anything. There may be some things you don't want to talk about, and that's fine. Everybody deserves their boundaries, but there should be nothing that you can't talk to them about. You know
But
what I'm saying?
even in today's world, I mean, you can go incognito with your browser and you can find a group
Mhm.
that's going to be talking about whatever it is you want to talk about.
It's a
yeah,
1,000 groups on Facebook right now that be on
Yeah.
bullshit, and 1,000 videos on YouTube University and Google
Right.
that be on some bullshit, and we'll talk about anything you can think of. So at this point, there's really no reason to stay in pain and discomfort other than people being so entrenched in it. They just choose not to exercise any
But
other
that's their
option.
normal.
Exactly. They choose not to exercise any other option, whether it be out of fear, complacency,
Well,
whatever
sometimes
it may be.
change is scary.
It can be scary.
And if you're used to your discomfort and you've learned how to um kind of navigate that discomfort, you know how they say that the pain you know is better than the one you don't.
Devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
yeah.
Shan said, do men actually talk about sex issues? Some of them
Do
do, and
y'all?
some of them still
Yep.
don't.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just depends on the relationship you have with that person. If they feel comfortable opening up to you about it. Then me personally, a lot of people like dope up to me, so I hear it all the time. So it is what it is. But if they have, a man has to feel comfortable with who he's talking to about his issues.
Yeah.
Adults, and this is again, guys. I do understand that I'm a very straightforward person, so sometimes I say things in that Sagittarius way sound real mean and uncaring, and I hope that what I'm saying tonight doesn't sound mean and uncaring. And I also understand different mental health experiences play a big role. Let me
Mm-hmm.
put that out there. Different mental health experiences play a big role in how people are able to communicate. I am not generalizing that when I say, people are operating out of fear and complacency. We're talking about the typical human being that has healthy mental health space. We're not
Right.
talking about somebody who may be in the trenches dealing with depression or anxiety or
Right.
some other type of diagnosis or issue, right? If you are an able bodied, typical human being, because I don't even want to say average or normal, right? What the fuck is that at this point? Hell, what is typical? But if you are an able bodied, normative type person, there should be nothing stopping you outside yourself from being able to have these conversations. And if you aren't having them, then you have to be willing to look at yourself before we blame other people of I didn't say it
Right.
or I didn't do it because of them. No, it's not their fault. Regardless of what they said to you, you have to choose to heal past something. Regardless of what anybody did to you, you have to choose whether you're going to heal past it or stay stuck in that pain. Now, if we add on the layers of disability or not being able-bodied, having mental health issues or developmental mental delays or any other issue, then yeah, that adds a whole other level of nuance to it that we have to consider. But we're tabling that and we're talking about the average, right? So I'm holding y'all asses accountable because grown 30 and 40-year-old fucking people, you know, in your 20s, you're still trying to find your voice. That's understandable. You barely out of diapers at that point. So, but in your 30s and 40s, most of us have been fucking for long enough at that point that we should have found some kind of voice. And if we ain't found it, you shouldn't be sleeping with people. Like, real talk. Because why is you sleeping with people and having babies and you can't have a conversation about what pleases you and what feels good and what doesn't? If they're not beating your ass and abusing you and holding you hostage, why is you fucking people that you can't have a conversation with? I said that on my page the other day. I said, some of y'all knew that when your person, when you were sleeping with them and being intimate with them, your body told you and you still stayed, and now you mad at them. And so this lady came back and commented and was like, yeah, but you know, sometimes people have kids and they can't leave, or you know, you have a child with somebody and they're mad because you don't want to be with them, and so they take it out on the child. And I was like, that may be the case, but it's still plenty of grown men and women that prioritize their bullshit over their kids. And some of y'all asses knew before you had babies with a person, they want your person, and then you used it.
You had brought a child in this world trying to keep them. And the bald-headed ass baby or a threesome still ain't gonna keep that man.
Did you just say bald-headed ass baby?
Oh, that was my outside voice. Oh,
she got Tourette's, y'all. Don't pay her no attention. But nah, I mean that's my thing. Like, and I always take exception when I talk to a lot of my guy friends. Like, you know, they'll tell me like they met somebody, they're dealing with them, and they get into it. But I'm like, dude, you didn't ask her these certain questions when y'all first met. And he's like, no, I'm like, because if you're a sexual person and you know what you like, you need to put that out there up front before y'all do anything. So that person knows where you stand, they know where they stand, they can tell you what they like. Not either y'all gonna get together or y'all not. That's just what it is. But don't just.
Well, sometimes people get dignitized or coochie-matized.
That's what I'm saying. Don't.
No, like if it was, you know what I'm saying, and they know that ain't their person, but they ain't never had it like that, so they just
they put that yang on them, and all of a sudden they can't act right.
Right, they stay for the sex, but the rest of the shit is toxic. The only thing that they got in common is they sex.
Jason, what did you say? Your wife would if she could. What would she do? Catch us up. What was we talking about? What would she do? Tanya said, do men actually talk to other men about erectile dysfunction?
Hell no, y'all probably.
She ain't asked us. She asked the men.
I mean, at least I've had friends talk to me about it. I can't speak for every man.
Well, I would say this, not be absolutely transparent and honest. Man, we do talk. At some point, it happens to us all. Hey, you know, and that idea of it doesn't happen to you is absolutely false. Now, and by that, when I'm saying this, well, you know what? Maybe I should take that back, because ED, when you talk about medical dysfunction, but at some point in every man's life, something happened and it just don't go right, or doesn't go as planned.
Because it
just doesn't go as planned. Then you're sitting there holding your hand and wondering what the hell happened.
You holding your hand.
You're trying to speak into existence, and it don't go. And you know what you have to do then? That's when I said you go to the doctor. You go get your blood work. You go get your medical checked up. You make sure you're doing your walk. You're doing your exercise. Make sure you're doing all those things, because you know, I tell folks, and I say this all the time. ED is a sign for something else. It is a sign for something else. And if you're having those issues, you are on path for some other health issues. So
Right. But
you know,
wait, but you don't go and talk to your boy and say, "Yo, I think I got ED." No, you go and say, "Yo, my shit wouldn't work last night," and this, that, and the other, right?
So I mean, it depends on the situation because, like, if you there with somebody that guaranteed turns you on, and something happens and it kills the mood, that's one thing. But if you there with somebody that guaranteed turns you on, ain't nothing happening, everything going right, and it just don't work, yeah, that's a problem. You need to go see the doctor.
yeah, and see, and or even if you haven't, um, even if you wearing glasses, just men and women, if you wearing glasses, that generally that's a indication of sometimes you having those blood vessels issues. You need to go to the doctor. Everything is related.
Yeah.
Everything is
So
related.
you saying if you can't see, your dick don't work? I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand because then I'm gonna stay away from
Hey,
anybody I see with glasses on.
He was making an analogy, but
yeah,
you know,
but
I'm just trying to understand.
yeah,
I'm trying
we
to
know,
understand the correlation.
Gypsy. Anything go with a man, all men penis don't work. My girl said all of them don't work.
Trying to understand so
How
I
you
can
know
read
his
that
penis
to the
don't work?
beginning.
He a man, ain't he?
Oh my God.
I'm just trying to understand so I can weed it out. You said if you wear
No, no,
glasses, I'm
no,
just trying to
no.
know what it is. You got glasses
I'm
on.
saying this right here. All those things are just are just symptoms and connected. I'm a heavy guy. I'm a big guy. So you know what I have to do? I have to keep walking. I have to keep moving. Because if I don't, I'm gonna have those issues that pop up. I know I'm gonna need that blue pill. But I'm gonna tell you something else. If I need it, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm damn sure gonna go get it.
I hear you.
You
And
better
we
believe that.
all have to think about that to be proactive about our
Yeah,
health. Like
yeah,
That's true.
our physical health and our well-being, our mental health and our well-being, our stress levels, all those things, and how we feel about people impacts how we engage with them intimately, right?
yeah. But
Jason
also,
said,
let me warn those guys out there.
yeah,
Uh, excessive use of that pill, man. I'm gonna be honest, that stuff it'll kill you. So go do the walking. Go on, walk them laps. It's sometimes
Yeah.
it's cold. Just get you these sweatpants. You know, I know the women be wet, but man, get you some sweats too. I
Yeah,
got
walk
some
with some
great
gray
sweats.
sweatpants. So you know
okay,
Hey,
brother,
I got some
take
great
some great
sweats, Gypsy.
sweatpants, then we want to see you.
yeah,
Jason
all
said
the
we
And
glory.
you
keep
know
doing the
I show
stupid
it to
things.
you.
I can't stand him. I can't stand him. What you doing that you is ashamed of? If I'm no, you know what? Shut up, Jason.
So
I was saying in general.
I will say one of the things that um years ago, one of the things that I was ashamed of with sex was um so at 25, I had a really bad car accident. So I've had chronic pain for 20 years, right? So at 20, and I was in a relationship when it happened, and he was good. He was fine. Like he navigated it with me, right? But after that relationship ended, it was weird trying to get back out there into the dating scene and figuring out what does that look like. I have all these things that I'm trying to navigate health wise, but no matter what you're going through, most people still desire partnership. They still desire to be loved and to love, right? So it wasn't that I had shame as in like bad secrets, but there was a lot of shame that I internalized feeling because I didn't know how people would judge me. I didn't know how men would view me with, the chronic health issues that I was dealing with at that point from the pain. I didn't know what that was going to look like to, I guess, experience someone new and have to navigate all of that. Y'all know it's awkward when you first get with a new person. You know what I'm saying? And so I will say, I'm gonna catch up on them comments in a minute, but I'll say I genuinely was fortunate. I consider myself tremendously blessed when it comes to that, because I ended up just meeting different people that I dated, and one particular person that I was in a relationship for years, and they never made an issue out of it. They navigated it with me. They went through the ups and downs with me, went to doctor's appointments with me. And so I was just blessed. And that's also part of, I think, what helped me to face it. Like, why the fuck am I holding myself hostage to something? The person that's worthy of being in my company is going to be okay with me, whatever me is, right? So thankfully I didn't stay down in there. Now, what Gypsy was hiding, hell, I don't know. Because Gypsy, girl, you know, we something serious. So if we hiding it, it's for a reason. Y'all, okay. Tanya said, Jay said, you want to fuck him up and down. I ain't never quite heard it like that before. Girl, y'all know we be talking plenty of shit in the bedroom and then get out in public and be shamed. Why? Where they do that at? Shadruda said, not holding your hand. Oh man, no, he lying. Ain't nobody holding their damn hand.
Right.
Y'all might be holding something else, but she ain't holding your hand. Jason said, what if you share with your husband, wife, boyfriend, or girlfriend and they not with it? Well, I mean, that's a big consideration.
That's why you should have talked about it before you got to that point.
Yeah.
Right. Well.
Yeah.
Damn. Trade them in for a new model.
Listen, because if they not worthy, let them act a fool by their damn self, and let the Sandman carry them away and get you somebody new.
Right.
Who was it? Ariana Grande next.
Yep. Thank you. Next.
Thank you. Next. Okay. Chandrita said some medications can cause issues like blood pressure medications.
Yep.
And then Shan said, just put your glasses on so you can hear.
Right. That ain't that what the old people say? I gotta put my glasses on. Why? So I can hear. What?
Y'all know we have to turn the music down when we be in the car so we can see where we going.
Exactly. When you lost, why did you turn the music down when you lost? Like that gonna help.
I couldn't stand it when they used to do that when I was a kid, and now I understand it so bad. I understand.
I know.
It'd be real.
Terrible.
It'd be real. I'd be having to turn everything off so I can focus.
That is terrible, but it is the truth though. But you know what? So I am gonna say this, Jason. It is not that I'm ashamed. It's just that sometimes I don't want to have to give directions, if that makes sense.
Say that again.
It's not that I'm ashamed. Sometimes you don't want to have to give directions. Like,
I feel that.
If he don't know what he's doing, you don't want to have to give directions, but at the same time, you kind of want to give directions. So, yeah, there's that.
Now,
at this big age, I still got to tell you what to do.
No, I feel I had a conversation with one of my friends the other day. Like, it was an interesting conversation because he just out the blue asked me how many bodies was too many bodies for a woman to have. I said, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that don't make no sense. And he said, well, he met this shorty, they were talking, and the conversation came up, and he was like, he told her he didn't want to know, but she told him anyway. She said she had 25 bodies. He like, I feel like that's a lot. I'm like, 25? I'm like, dude, that ain't nothing. It's not, because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, I want a woman with experience. And if you 40 years old and you only been with 25 cats in your lifetime, sexually, I'm not saying in a relationship, just sexually, you ain't got enough experience. You just don't. You really don't.
I don't think that there's a number.
It's not.
But I think that people get tripped up on that because of what they think other people will think if they know. That's my take on it.
Don't ask the question if you don't want to know the answer.
That too. But I think most men feel like you, Sean. They want her to have experience so she can, slop it up, rub it down, swirl on it, and do everything. But they don't want nobody else to know she had all that experience before they got with them. And then some men have that bullshit pride thing that they want to be the first man. They want to be the only man. Nigga, you've been the neighborhood hoe, and you
and now you want to be the right.
And that was the same question I asked him, because when he said that, I said, "So how many bodies you got?" Because I know it's well above.
Been the neighborhood damn dick, but you want to be her first and only, and
right.
And then if you don't want, the other part of that is like men don't want women to have bodies because their ego can't handle it. But how you getting all these bodies? And what you think gonna happen to those women? They gonna go on to somebody else, right? So
that's the bullshit and the audacity that come with the ego, man. But then it's like, but I ain't gonna touch my daughter like that. But you touching somebody else's daughter like that.
But you're absolutely right, because the thing is that they're out there catching bodies. But the thing is that they know if you've caught, let's just say for the sake of argument, you caught 25 bodies, and then they realize that maybe one of them bodies was a lot better than them. Because now their thing is you got something to compare them to. That's usually what that means when they're asking about your body count.
I mean, and that may be the case, but I told them straight up.
Most men who ask about the body count know they ain't shit in the bedroom.
And
that's
their ego.
Yeah,
I can't speak to that, but it's either their ego or they don't know what they're doing. All I can say is I don't ever be caring what the body count is, because at the end of the day, if I'm there, I'm gonna do what I do. I don't care about what nobody else did, and I guarantee you're gonna be back. So that's just that.
But that's the thing. People that ask for body counts, they want a reason to, I guess they want a reason to justify them getting ghosted if they feel like they didn't satisfy you.
That's what I think I walked in on y'all saying something about that. And I was going to ask, is that, ran upstairs, y'all, I'm out of breath. Is that one of the things y'all think it is? They don't want to have to compare and not live up to something that someone else did.
And then, if you got a high body count, chances are somebody curled their toes. And if they, you know what I'm saying? And if they not sure they can do that, or if they don't put you to sleep at the end, then they probably be like, well, maybe she had. You ever notice the same ones that worry about your body count always ask, so how was it?
Yep.
And you asked me for it. You was there.
Well, I mean, it feels different for y'all than it feels for us, but I'm just saying, though. But anyway, that all plays into the ego, and if they can't take it, then they shouldn't be asking anyway.
But that's why I asked, and I don't care what. I don't care. I'm 54 years old. I ain't teaching a motherfucking thing. This is not class.
And wait a minute, you have to.
Jason, right. She made you feel like you couldn't take meat. Damn. What happened?
Yeah,
I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm lost on that one too.
Jason, if you still with us, come back and tell us what you did.
The doctor, when I told her that it was
okay.
You know what? Shut up, Jason.
I mean, it's not funny, but it is funny though.
It is funny. Oh my God. Oh man, what is you doing?
I keep going on. I have to go to from different platforms. Devices. I was just sitting there talking. I was like, I know y'all just not ignoring me. And I'm just talking. I'm like, damn, they won't even respond to me.
we had you on mute.
No. Hey, but let me go back a couple of things when we talk about body count. And this is how long I've been trying to say so. First of all, I was laughing at Jay when she was saying that she was having health issues, pain. I was just cutting up laughing at Jay. And here it is, you say you're in so much pain, and you say you got somebody that was working with you or whatever. But anyway, here it is. I can just see it now. You're in pain. Oh. And then the guy think, oh, man, I am really doing it. I'm tearing this thing.
It really is like.
Here it is, her damn back hurt.
You know, caught a crap like they say they doing the daggone thing. Got you screaming, Lord.
Okay, the other thing I know when you were talking about body count, first of all, Sean, they were like, the question is, how many is too many? Hell, one is too many if you ain't the one. Now, but here we go. Here you go right here. 25 and 30-something-year-old, 20-something is not a high body count. But ultimately, it really doesn't. I'm gonna tell you right now. First of all, it doesn't matter. It's the person. It's the person, and this is why body count, body number, really and truly matter. All it says is this person easily accessible to other folks? That's all it is. If you got damn near 1,000 bodies, and some people out there got 1,000 bodies, that lets you know that person is easy accessible. Now, here we go. Also, yes, it does mean they're easily accessible. Now, or they working. Now, the other thing is this right here. When folks, a lot of times folks talk about body count, but you think about it as a car. You may have a bunch of folks to buy a car. If you got a bunch of folks buying a car, that's a problem. Or you also may have this one person who buy the car, but he may drive 700,000 miles. So, either way, it's that's a car with 700,000 miles. That's a bad deal. But just the same as folks talking about these high body counts. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, what it matters to is the person. If you find a person that you enjoy, that you like and you enjoy, make it work. And if they don't have an immoral past, don't worry about it. When you 40, 50 years old, it don't matter anyway. There's not too many 40, 50-year-old virgins out there. And I'm going to be honest, if you got a 40, 50-year-old virgin, I guarantee you something mentally wrong with them. You don't want that type of problem.
Well, I'm gonna say this. If a whore was good enough for Jesus, then a whore is good enough for me.
He said, what you said?
I'm just gonna say this and put it in perspective. When y'all be asking about body count, shit, just think about it this way. You riding a rental.
A rental.
Maybe it's the best damn rental you ever had. You want to go back and get it again.
Hey, and you think about how you should drive rental. Hell, you should ride down the street 70 miles an hour and slam that thing in reverse.
That's what I'm saying.
You ride the hell out of a rental.
Rental. Like, hey, stop it. You know that ain't your car.
Catching up on these comments, Tanya said, "Man, please go to the doctor because I can speak for all women because we need your dick to work. Pretty please." And that's called Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay?
That part.
Chandrita said, "Can't be." Until I turned the music down. They would be so mad when they would do that when I was a kid, but I fucking understand now. I can't take it. I gotta turn the music down. I gotta let the windows up. Everything's gonna be quiet.
Right.
Oh my God. Tanya said, "Oh Lord, oh man, show it." Gypsy said,
Gray sweats next week, baby.
Drita said, "Gypsy, I used to feel like that, but then I had to realize he has to be taught. Sometimes I like to
I'm
54. I'm a big fan. I don't want to teach you the basic ABCs. If you don't know what a fucking clitoris is at this point, we can't be friends. But I do want to educate you on my body because mine is not hers, and you better not get your ass over here with me talking about what she liked it. I don't.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying?
I get you on that.
Exactly.
But like you said, the basics that don't work, and I know. Like that slapping in the ear, that shit is nasty.
Don't be slapping in my ear, though. You got it. I don't want to be feeling like I'm kissing a jellyfish, or what the fuck ever it is.
Yeah,
no. No. If you slide it on my face, I feel wet when you move away from me. That's no.
Like some stuff, I'm not gonna teach you.
No, I never forget. I met this guy when I was in my 20s. He was fine too. I ain't gonna lie, he was real fine. But went out a few times, started getting closer, decided to, see what our magic would be like to date. We hadn't been intimate yet, but just to start officially dating. I was really feeling him, but the first time he kissed me, I was like, oh my God.
A man that can't kiss usually can't screw either.
Who? I don't know, because I never got that far, because I tried to ignore it. I did. We went out on a few more dates, but it was like every time he kissed me, I would cringe. Like, oh my God. And I tried to explain. I don't know what, but he swore up and down he was like the best kisser Slint's, like Grandmaster Funk, whoever, whatever. And I was like, I don't know who told you that, sir, but they lied. And you need to go slap all them bitches because they lied to you. No, like my whole face will be covered in slob. No, I couldn't do it.
Damn.
It ain't that much fun.
He the type of fella that drink from a bottle with open mouth.
I was like, I can't. Why the whole lower half of my face wet? Can't. Not gonna do it.
He put his whole mouth over the bottle. You don't supposed to drink it like that, fella.
Man,
all I think about is how my dog be licking out the bowl when she said.
Man, that's how I felt. Like, why is your tongue in my nose? Like, I couldn't do it. It ain't that much education in the world.
Hey, Sean, that reminds me of this guy, man. He was drinking a Corona. And you know how sometimes the guys put the lime on the rim of the bottle. That's the first time I really thought about it. I know we put the lime on inside the bottle. But hell, I looked up this guy. He put the lime juice all up down the side of the bottle. I said, damn, man, hell, what the hell? How you drinking that bottle? You're supposed to drink it. You're supposed to suck the damn bottle.
He throat the bottle. Let me lime this all up.
He finna deep throat the bottle. He putting lime juice all up the neck of the bottle. I'm like, come on, bro. We don't drink beer like that down south.
Nah, we don't drink beer like that up north neither. I don't know where this is from.
Now that's another case of slobbing knob.
Woo, yeah. Jesus. Ooh. Can't do it. Chandrita said body count to infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
You have the nerve to be asking other folks what their body count is. Like, sir. Woo. The audacity be real, y'all. Sure said, oh man, log off.
Wait a minute, but you know what else too? They're also the ones that be asking about the body count. Sometimes
they be on the down low.
No, come on now. We ain't finna start that now. We didn't stop all that. What we gonna do? We gonna leave that back in 2024. Everything a man do, you want to question his sexuality.
I ain't say nothing about his sexuality. I said it's too small.
I asked that because of how she was looking. But no, this is still a real conversation because men are still. And this is not about me shaming. If you bisexual, I don't give a fuck. There are many women that are okay with a man being bisexual.
Yeah, don't be sneaky about it.
People lying about
That's it. Don't lie about it.
Listen, now if you, I don't care who you listen. I don't care who decide to go to bed with, sleep with, how you do it. It don't have nothing to do with me. Who you love, who you with, don't have nothing to do with me. But let's not do this. Let's not just say a man probably on the down low because he do this or he don't do that. Come on now.
I said
let's not challenge a man's sexuality because of that.
That's not what she said. I said
it big little.
I said it.
Or even say he got a little small penis simply because of
got proof. I've got proof.
You got proof?
I got proof.
Okay. What's your proof?
I got proof.
Tell them about all this proof that you got.
Download was because Gypsy looked behind her like as if anybody was going to overhear. That's why I thought she was going to say that. But again, let me be very clear because I don't want anybody to misconstrue this.
Right.
I didn't ask it to shame anybody. We are in 2024. No. People are dying to cover up their sexuality. That's real life, right? But there are also plenty of people that are accepting and okay. The problem that a lot of people have with down low men is not my choice away. It is their taking of the choice of the person that they're being with. that
Yeah.
person deserves to know who else you gonna be with when you're putting their
Right.
health at risk and you're not having protected sex, which is often what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm not saying it from a judgmental place. I'm saying it from I
Right.
thought that's what she was gonna say. But the little penis is also a consideration. Hey,
I mean,
I definitely don't like the idea of someone being deceitful. I don't like
that
folks, but like the download, whatever. I wouldn't want people to be download, nor do I want a person to actually be lying and cheating on a person either. I think both of
and
them
that's why it
is a
has to be
form of
called out.
deception. I think both are a form of deception, and I personally don't agree with it. I don't buy into neither one of them. I don't.
Well, I'm
But
gonna tell you what
that's
my
why it
grandma
has to be
used to
called
say, and
out.
she ain't been wrong yet. She said, if you lie, you'll cheat. If you cheat, you'll steal. And if you steal, you'll kill.
I
Well,
mean,
damn,
hey,
grandma.
Yeah,
yeah,
mine said the same thing.
But
you
that's why
got,
it has to be called out. Oh man, this is not about shaming people. This is
yeah.
about
Right.
folks have to have accountability to own their decisions. If you don't feel comfortable with it, don't do that shit. If you
Yeah.
can't
Right.
tell the person that you
Well,
sleeping with, that's
I'm
not
big
you
on
doing it. Like
being
I'm saying, that's not you.
truthful, and I'm really
Don't take
big
my
on
choice
that.
away.
Huh?
Don't take my choice away. If you married, if you down low, if you got a girlfriend, if you live with somebody, if you got 18 kids, don't take my choice away. Don't
I agree with you,
withhold
Gypsy.
don't withhold information that would make me be able to make an informed decision.
That's right. Because actually, you put your life in jeopardy. Here it
You
is.
put their
You
lives
fooling
in
around with
jeopardy.
somebody else, and somebody roll up on you.
Mm-hmm.
And if they hurt Gypsy, I'm going to tell you, they got to deal with me.
Boom. And the truth just
Okay.
came out, y'all, dog.
This motherfucker, boy, he go get me killed.
But now, honestly, the truth actually gets you more than lying.
It does, because some people are really okay with that. There are some women out here who are willingly sharing men. They don't care. They like to be the side chick because they don't want to deal with you full time. They don't want to deal with the day-to-day problems of bills and stuff like that. Because usually when that person's not your primary person, you're there to have fun. So you're always the fun person with them. You're not the always stressing about bills. Oh, we got this, we got to pay this, or we got to do it. Real life doesn't exist usually when you're with them, right? And that's what they want. And they're okay with it.
It's
But
enough
let
people out here
somebody
of it to be lying
yeah,
about it.
don't take their choice away. Now, if anything, that should make people ashamed.
Yeah. That's why I said we ain't shaming people for their choices. I'm shaming you when you're choosing to lie to people and you're harming them. Like old man said, you could be putting your own life in danger. Fuck your life. You putting somebody else's life in danger. If you don't value your own shit, go jump off a cliff and be done with it. But have enough respect for the people that you say that you love. That's when I take issue with being on the down low. I don't care
People
who
that lie
what
like
you're
that,
doing.
people that lie like that, let's be honest, Jay. People that lie like that don't love nobody but their damn self.
And half time they don't love themselves.
What do they
That's
call
real.
a sociopathic narcissist?
Yep.
I mean, they could
To
be
me,
that
they
too.
lack character. And remember, it goes back to how I talked about folks with character. Doesn't matter your body count. What does matter is your character. And folks, they extrapolate your character based off your body count. Now, I'm gonna be honest. That folks have to use the evidence or data they have, and if the body count is all I have to be able to judge your character on, then that's what we use.
Well, you can't judge that because I was holding auditions.
That's a good one. I'm gonna use that one.
Yeah. Or like Gypsy said, they just fucking wrong. It don't matter. You gonna give it back. You gonna get it to somebody else.
I was holding auditions and they didn't get a call back.
Hey,
This,
they didn't make the cut.
That part.
this is a
Next.
talent. And that
Next.
was no talent.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I know, Sean, you had said you want a woman with a whole lot of experience. I don't mind me being the teacher. I'm a teacher at heart. I'm a teacher at heart. Now I ain't talking about teaching you, Sean. I'm talking about teaching a woman.
No, I feel what you're
I
saying.
don't mind teaching a woman what I want her to know.
When I was young, 23, 24, I didn't mind teaching them because they were young. They ain't know nothing. But now that I'm older, I ain't got time for that. I got too much other stuff that my mind is focused on 100 times a day. So if we're gonna get in the bedroom, let's go ahead and knock that out. And I like to have fun, and you need to like to have fun too. So you need to know what the hell you doing.
Right.
Yeah, I like to have fun too. And not only do I like to have fun, let's do something new. Let's do it. Now, I will say this: at 54, ain't a whole. I mean, how the hell? Yeah, 54. At 54, ain't a whole lot of new, but let's do a whole lot of fun.
That's what I'm about to say. It ain't too much new now. I mean, you done did. I mean, mostly everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's still some stuff, but that stuff you just won't do. But hey,
if you still doing new shit at 54, you might.
You definitely ain't had enough experience if you're doing new shit at 54.
You gonna fuck around and slip on a banana peel.
I hadn't done that yet. Now I don't bring food.
I'm just saying, you need to be careful. Like you said, you don't want to wind up on Sex Sent Me to the ER. You don't want to wind up on TV or on the news.
On one of those X-ray shows, look what they stuck up there.
Right. It's like, well, yeah. God. I'm just saying, but we want to thank y'all for joining us. We want to thank y'all for always coming through with the lively commentary. Yeah, you can have that, Jason, because I'm just saying, but I was a director down there in Atlanta. So, I'm just saying.
Oh God! Thank you
for an auditions.
I don't feel good. I'm ready to go. But
I know. You see, I just took my cough medicine right before. Hey, I just take it to the head. I don't even get no spoon no more because I don't feel good. I just take it to the head. You know how you just kind of know how much you need. Mm-hmm. I know how much I need, and I'm going to bed. This sleep. But y'all,
this was a lively conversation. It was enlightening. I do hope for the peoples, for the community. And we continue to thank you for every single person that is checking us out every week, that's engaging in the comments, that's sharing. You all are the reason that we keep growing and our numbers keep going up. And we appreciate you for that. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting and engaging. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you can see when we go live. Oh, we do have a quick update. As of next Tuesday, we will be moving to 6:30 Central Standard Time.
7:30 Eastern Time.
4:30 PST time. Okay.
Right.
So, wow, that is great.
Yeah.
And we would love to see you all come in and bring some more people and let's chime in. I'm gonna say this, man. I absolutely had a rough day today, and I was so glad to get here and see you guys, to talk to you guys. You all were my therapy. I'm talking, today was really tough, and it was had its ups and downs because one, I got a chance to dress as Santa for a bunch of kids, but I am from there after dressed for Santa for them kids. It went downhill from there, but I am so glad that I get on here and talk to some amazing people and talk about some really things that probably I hope help somebody. But I do want somebody, hey, ladies and gentlemen, tonight go in there and ask your partner for something strange. Do something strange, and then the next day I want you to go in there and then pull your balls down there, and don't you let them go until you get that raise.
You know what? Yep. That's all I'm saying.
But that is what I have found. Like, people who don't ask for things, they don't ask for things in all areas of their life.
Yeah. And if you guys, hey, come back and let us know that you actually had that conversation with your boss to about getting that raise. Let's see. You may get it, you may get it, you may not. I do know this right here. Whenever I ask for more money, I don't ask for money because they trained and said no to money. Don't ask for money, ask for responsibility. And the money comes with the responsibility. So that's a trick I use. It may work for you, but you got to get the courage to do it first.
That's a good tip. Keep that in mind, y'all. Keep that in mind. And we just take again the opportunity to thank you all. If you tried, come back and tell us what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing to it but to do it like they used to say in the old days. We thank you for making sure that you like the videos. That engagement helps. Comment. That engagement helps. Share the videos. That engagement helps. And again, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss us. Update your alarms and your calendars. Jason, we're glad that you made it to Atlanta in this rain safely. Chandrita, always for having you. Thank you for joining us. And absolutely love and laughter heals. If you need a reason for your body count, make sure that you steal Gypsy's comment. You was holding our dishes, baby, and they didn't make the cut.
That's it.
Real talk. With that, make sure that you update your calendars and your alarms. We are moving to 6:30 Central next week, 7:30 Eastern, for 4:30 PST, I think. So
same. But we'll see you.
Don't hop on here at 6 o'clock talking about we late.
We'll see you next week, y'all.
And I'm gonna have my gray sweats. I'm probably gonna increase somebody's body count. Y'all.
Good night, y'all.